Good morning, people. Good morning. I'm going to try this live video while I'm rolling into work. So I hope I don't say anything out of the ordinary, because y'all know how this traffic can be in Dallas, Texas. But, let me give y'all a little bit of update on the book. Save the date. Save the date, January the 15th. That is the launch date. That is my birthday. And that is also MLK Day. So I will be sending out the flyer for the invite to come and celebrate the book launch with me. We are almost there. But what I want to talk about this morning is how we make the hurt stop. You know, we always wondering, when people are in relationships, why they stay in them so long when they don't necessarily have to. And knowing that the relationships aren't good for them. And a lot of times we know this as men and women, that the partners we choose are not good for us. But I know, speaking from a female's perspective, we always feel like, well, I can change him. I can change him to be the kind of person that, I want him to be. And that's where we go wrong every time. And I know for me, I usually am the type that if I'm not attracted to you physically, I won't even give you the time of day. Because for me, I feel like, I have to have some type of attraction to you. Now, you may not, look worth nothing to nobody else, but as long as I'm attracted to you is what's important. And a lot of times, we stay in these relationships with these males and females. And, speaking from my experience, guys have, cheated on me, abused me, lied to me, manipulated me, and because I have this love in my heart for this person, even after all of these things, I continue to give that person a chance. And we as women tend to give men more opportunities to get themselves together if they are going to stay with us. I mean, we fussing, we cussing, we ranting and raving and going on and on and on. But time we stop cussing, fussing, ranting and raving, that's the time to be concerned. Because we have, for however long, and I know for me, the longest relationship that I've ever been in was 7 years. So for 7 years, I continued to take all the abuse, all the cheating, the lying, the name calling, all of that, because I love this person. So when we would break up, get back together, break up, get back together, like, well, why you go back? Because when you're hurting, all you want is for the hurt to stop. You just want it to stop. And in your mind, you feel as though the only way I can make this stop is if I go back to this person. So there you have it. You go back to him for a day or 2 or 3, maybe even a week, maybe 2 weeks. You feeling pretty good. You all right. Your heart is okay. You're not hurting anymore. Boom. Something else happened. And here you are again, back in the same situation, to where you just hurting. You hurting. Y'all broke up. You feeling this pain again. You don't like this feeling, you know, so you battling in your mind. Should I call him? You know, should I text him? You know, is he going to respond back to me? And if he doesn't respond back to me, you know, I'm going to be pissed off at myself because I shouldn't have never called him anyway. And in your mind, you fighting, you battling with yourself like, I know I don't need him. I know I don't need to be with him, but I'm hurting right now. I'm hurting because I love this man. And I just want him to change. And it never happens. And we as women, because I can only speak for me, we as women feel as though sometimes we would rather hurt and be with the person that we think we love so much than to give ourselves a chance to be loved by someone that is sent by God. We don't want to wait on that because, you know, we are a microwave society. We want everything right now. We don't want to wait for nothing. And I'm guilty myself because a lot of times I put myself in situations that are no good for me. And a lot of times I tend to be vulnerable because that's what we have to do when it comes to relationships. We have to make ourselves vulnerable and open up. Otherwise, you know, how do you date? How do you get to date someone if you don't open up to them? So a lot of times we have to be vulnerable. And with me right now, I have totally shut down. I've totally shut down because I feel like, you know, and I've dealt with situations on any kind of level you can think of. Any kind of level you can think of. Whether the guy was single, married, in a relationship, whatever. And you can convict me, whatever. Do what you're going to do because you're going to do that anyway. But with certain ones, with these single guys a lot of times these days play so many games till it's hard to trust them. You know, you try to go in with a trusting heart. And for me, you know, I'm trying to leave everything behind me. So I will trust you until you give me a reason not to trust you. have done that, and then I reflect back and say something about what I dealt with in my past, then don't come at me with, I ain't like those other guys, because you are. You are. You're just doing it a little bit different, but you just like them. Because if you can't be honest with me and tell me, because I'm a big girl, you know, tell me what it is that you want to do, what you don't want to do. Because if you don't want to be in a serious relationship, then that should be communicated up front. Because see, when you keep it real up front, then I expect for you to keep it on that level all the time. Don't blindside me and come at me with a different approach, or, you know, something you don't tell me, and then boom, it's right there in my face, when you could have told me. Because that's how we started this off, trying to keep it real. But see, some of you brothers, y'all don't know how to do that either. You don't keep it real. You know, you think you just got it going on so tough that you're not keeping it real with us, and then you wonder why we flip out on y'all asses. So basically, you know, if you with a person that's in a relationship that has a wife, let's go on and talk about it and keep it real. A lot of times, those guys, you know, you already know what to expect and what not to expect. So I done been a side chick, I done been a main chick, and I done been an in-between chick. So I done dealt with guys on all levels, okay? But the point that I'm trying to make today is, when we deal with these guys, or whatever level it is that you own with them, side chick, main chick, whatever chick, wife, that too. You know, communication kills all assumptions. And that's what you have to do. You have to communicate with a person. Because when that woman starts hurting, and you know, y'all are dealing with different other things, and, you know, she's over here, and you know that, you know, you are in her head, you are in her mind, and you know that you can get her back. Don't keep playing with her emotions like that. Don't do that, because it's gonna be one day she's gonna come to her senses, and she's going to be done with you, because her heart has taken all it can take. She's seen all that she can see, and she's dealt with all that she can deal with from you, my brother. So when the hurt stops, you can rest assured that she has moved on with her life, and it ain't nothing. And I always say, R. Kelly says it best: when a woman is fed up, it ain't nothing you can do about it. So if you love someone, and you want to be with someone, you may want to check yourself. Because if a woman is telling you what the situation is in your relationship over and over and over and over again, and she keeps making herself vulnerable, putting herself back into a position to where she keeps taking you back. She is giving up on you. She is giving up on you. If you continue to show her that you are not going to change. Period. So, how to make the hurt stop? We'll take you back. It'll stop temporarily. But if you don't show her anything different, eventually you're gonna look up at your phone and wonder, well, wait a minute, I ain't heard from Sean in a minute. Because see, you so busy doing all these other things with all these other women, and Sean done went on about her business. So that's something for y'all to think about this morning, because you know, we have to take a lot of responsibility for, you know, a lot of things that we go through, ladies and men, because a lot of times, like I say, we know what's not good for us, but we continue to stick with it. So I'm at a point to right now, you know, I'm shut down. My attitude is fucked off. Okay? I love men. I still love men. But right now, I'm just not that girl. I'm not that girl. I'm in counseling. I told y'all that last week. You know, I'm trying to get me together. And I feel like when Jesus feel like I'm all right, he gonna have to come down out of heaven. Whichever guy he wants to be with me, he gonna have to stand him right in my face, tap me on my shoulder, and be like, look here, I'm Jesus, and this is who I want you to be with. Bottom line. I know I was a little comical and, you know, a bit over the top or whatever, but it is what it is. But I just want to share that with y'all this morning. I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all have y'all coffee. I'm riding in, and I'm trying not to have an accident. So let me get on in to work. Y'all pray for me. I'll pray for you. And hopefully together